drop it. No edits.
Not dropping it is insane.
Bashar Jackson was born on July 10th,
I mean, not editing it. Oh my gosh, I
1999
can't talk.
in Brooklyn, New York, to a Jamaican mother and Panamanian father. He gained a taste for music early on as his mother sang in the choir and his father played conga drums. He stated where he's
Do it.
Cringe.
Do it.
I can't do
he's from. There's only 3 options of making it out: become a rapper, a ball player, or a drug dealer. It just so happened he would experience all 3 of these. In middle school, he would be expelled from school for bringing a gun in his backpack, marking the beginning of the rough teenage years, which would inevitably lead him to joining the Crips and Woos. But this doesn't mean he didn't try sports as a way out first, though. When he was 15, he got a scholarship to Rock Top Academy in Philly, but was forced to leave his hoop dreams after a doctor's visit showed he had a heart murmur. In his own words, "You like nice things, you gotta do things to get nice things." He would return to the streets once again, where he had his first taste of the finer things in life. By the age of 16, he had made enough money to buy himself a 5 Series BMW. Even though this was years later, he eventually was charged for bringing the weapon to school and placed on 2 years probation and house arrest. This forced him to focus on school. He says this is the only reason why he graduated. One night when he was hanging out with his friends, they all decided to go to a music studio, where his acquaintance Jay Guapo was recording that night. After a few hours of Jay Guapo recording, he ended up falling asleep in the studio. With the studio time already being paid, he decided to hop on the microphone. Having never rapped seriously before, he went to YouTube and pulled up beats. He recorded Money, Power, Respect that night, and the very next day everyone on his block was showing love to his song. He knew then he might have a chance of making it out of the streets. With his whole hood behind him, he knew he needed to drop some more music. He went back to YouTube wanting more beats from the same person. The producer's name was 808 Mello, and he was actually a UK drill producer. He continued to take beats from 808 Mello's YouTube and recorded a few songs, each one getting more popular.
What the hell?
Go back to his page.
Yeah.
See what else he got. And I just kept going to his page,
He decided to go with the name Pop Smoke. His grandma would call him Papa when he was little, but his friends would shorten that to just Pop. And the smoke part was part of his street name. After dropping his single Meet the Woo, it would get 100,000 views its first day. This changed everything.
100,000 views first day is crazy.
His music would catch the attention of a producer named Rico Beats. Rico Beats was good friends
it's very
with
masculine.
Victor,
I like it.
who had just launched his own label, Victor.
You know what I
Victor
meant. Stop
Worldwide,
it.
and was looking for new artists to sign. Steven reached out to Pop Smoke and they decided to meet later that week in his New York office. It was in this office that Pop Smoke not only signed his first deal, but he and Steven would come up with a game plan of how he was going to change the game forever. While they met, Pop showed Steven he had talent far outside of the drill music he had been putting online. He could actually sing too, and he was pretty good at it. Steven told Pop he wanted him to drop a few tapes where he would take over the whole subgenre of Brooklyn drill. And after, if he was patient, they would debut his album, showcasing his drill and his more marketable singing side. While this is going on, 808 Mello is in the UK watching Pop gain a bigger and bigger buzz.
They blow up at the same time?
Without paying him. He reached out for payments of his now pretty popular songs. But instead of getting money, Pop offered to fly him out to New York and work in-house on his upcoming mixtape, Meet the Woo.
I was not
Just before dropping
that.
his tape, he released a single titled Welcome to the Party.
I respect that.
I thought you said
the song went crazy, and he was no longer.
Nah, I thought this nigga was gonna say, nah, fuck you, nigga, you not getting shit from me.
That's what I was thinking.
That would've been wild.
Longer a struggling local artist. The whole state of New York knew who he was. With his name circulating the streets, they knew it was time to drop his debut tape. On July 26, 2019, Meet the Woo Volume 1 officially dropped.
I was so sad how
Dior
Pop
would take
died,
it
bro.
number
We lost
22
another
on the Billboard
talent.
Hot 100 and would later go platinum, taking his career to the next level. After the release of this tape, Pop began to break into the mainstream, getting co-signs from multiple major artists. With the success of his tape, he was finally starting to sell out bigger shows too. Even Travis Scott invited him to perform on his Astro World Tour.
What did you say?
Just popular in the United States. Because 808 Mello and Pop Smoke's music bridged the gap between UK drill and New York, even people overseas were catching wind of the music and wanted to hear more after the UK rapper Skepta remixed Welcome to the Party. This was a huge moment because Skepta is known for being one of the biggest drill artists in the UK, and this would bring more attention to Pop's music. Ultimately, the popular DJ Semtex would invite Pop to come perform.
I gotta say it. UK drill is trash.
Agreed.
Don't care what nobody said. That shit is mid.
New York did it better.
Facts.
Perform overseas, despite promoters being skeptical due to him only having a few songs out. It didn't matter though. He was already becoming a superstar, selling out every show in the UK. The UK embraced him like no American rapper before. He was the only one to bring the UK drill sound to the United States and do it successfully. After returning home and enjoying the rest of his 2019, he went on a promo run, hyping up his coming tape, Meet the Woo 2. In January, he attended a Louis Vuitton fashion show in Paris, but on his trip back to New York, the FBI was waiting for him and arrested him.
Always the FBI.
You're on these rappers'
He was held for
cases,
allegedly
man.
stealing a Rolls-Royce Wraith valued at $375,000 from a home in Los Angeles. He was later released on $250,000 bond, but prohibited from traveling outside the United States without permission. This led to 50 Cent, who had been watching Pop from a distance, to call a meeting with Pop and Steven. 50 led the meeting by warning him he didn't need to be doing these things anymore. He told him to watch his friends and the company he keeps, because they're waiting for you to fuck up. They aren't really your friends. 50 would tell him to follow his guidance. He could get anyone on the phone, he said. He could get him in movies, TV shows, but if you continue down that path, you're gonna end up dead or in jail. This conversation changed the way Pop Smoke looked at everything. He realized he didn't need to do that street stuff anymore.
I mean, he leaked his own address.
Yeah, it was really his fault, but like,
It was accidental, but he leaked his address. His brother leaked the address. It was just
it was
sloppy,
just an accident. But you gotta be better than that when you famous.
especially in LA. Oh
Yeah.
God.
He could really make a living off music. On February 7, 2020, he dropped Meet the Woo Volume 2, and it debuted at number 7, giving him his very first top 10 with less than 1 year in the game. Everything was going unbelievably well for him. Him and his entourage booked an expensive Airbnb and a flight to Los Angeles to celebrate. He was partying and going on shopping sprees, and uploaded multiple photos and videos online. One of the videos uploaded accidentally included the address he and his friends were staying at. This would catch the attention of 4 members from Hoover, who would break into the house on February 19th and shoot him multiple times and attempt to rob him. Initially, speculation that it was an inside job from one of Pop's friends circulated, or that the owner of the Rolls Royce he had stolen was responsible, but these theories were quickly debunked. Friends and neighbors were interviewed, but very little information was given out, quickly leaving his family and fans to believe the killers may actually get away with this. Stephen Victor took to social media to let everyone know that justice will be served. He was right, and in July 2020, the LAPD arrested 5 suspects for Pop Smoke's murder. The LAPD went public, letting everyone know they had to solve this the old-fashioned way, going door to door asking neighbors of the suspects if they had heard anything. Ultimately, footage from
90% of LA's crimes don't get solved.
Oh yeah, I know. My mom used to live in LA.
90% is crazy.
She tell me all the. Let me chill. Before it get federal, but she tell me all the shit that she seen before.
Yeah, she seen bodies drop.
And businesses trace the killers back to
Hey, yo, what?
It's still believed that
not gonna answer that
address on social media was the motive behind the robbery.
That's insane, not gonna lie.
Meanwhile, the investigation was going on. 50 Cent had reached out to Steven, telling him he wanted to executive produce Pop Smoke's posthumous album.
See,
Steven
that's what they should have done for the other one he dropped, but they did
to
such a
be
trash job, bro.
The newest one?
Yes, bro, it was so trash, bro. I hate it. So let me not say hate.
I forgot about the entire album, not gonna lie.
Bro, it's a good thing too. It's dog.
That shit does not exist in my brain.
It's dog. What you doing, tonight?
Just hearing his voice ended up allowing 50 Cent to help create a project Pop would have been proud of, so his family could benefit from it. 50 started reaching out to multiple artists and started filling open verses on unfinished songs. On July 3rd, 2020, Pop Smoke's debut album, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, was released, and it debuted at number 1, with 251,000 copies being sold its first week. With the number 1 album and his killers behind bars possibly facing a death penalty, it felt like a small win in the right direction. But the truth is, none of this needed to happen. He was only 20 years old with under a year in mainstream rap, and he had already managed to create a whole new sound. Although he's gone, his music will live forever.
Aliens album again, bro. It was really a good album, bro. They did their thing.